Welcome back to Yes to Tesla. And today we're going to be talking about what is the worst Tesla as of today. All right, so for me, my opinion, and also other people who've taken delivery of this car, is the Tesla Model S 2026 all the way down to when it was brand new, first one ever made, all of that. These are the common issues that you're going to receive when you get a brand new Tesla Model S. First off, this is something that is a design flaw, something that they know, I'm sure they know that this is an issue, but they still haven't fixed it. The camber issue. If you don't know what a camber is basically where your wheels sit. When you have the 21-inch wheels on your Model S, they tend to sit instead of like this, but to an angle. And since it's like that, when you go to high speeds, it tilts in to make the car, like whenever it gets aerodynamic, essentially gets like tighter to the road when you're going super fast. That starts to eat away at those tires, so it wears from the inside of the tires rather than the outside of the tires. On the inside, normally you would say that you need an alignment, but this is a camber issue. Now they do have other people who have had third-party parts, and they have adjustable cambers that can also adjust with it, and that's all they need to do, because essentially it's a $1,500 problem that you have to fix on day one. Otherwise, you're going to be buying tires at nearly $600-700 a pop. Your brand new Model S came with bad cambers, okay? Also on delivery day, is since there has a hatch back there, it's actually one of the only cars that they have that has a hatch. So it hatches all the way up like that, right? And when it hatches back down, since it has a 2 rear tail light design, they don't always align. So we'll have it like this. So here's one side and here's the other side of your tail light. Instead of coming together as one side will be higher than the other. And this has happened even with Franz when he was showing off the 2026. And the comment section, the top comment was, hey, is that misaligned? If you can't get that right, that's crazy. Also, panel gaps. Now, panel gaps have run across all of their designs 100%, but the Model S is in particular the worst one because of the fronts. So when they start tightening all this stuff down, the panel gaps become more and more apparent as they start tightening more and more of the issues. It's kind of like a clamshell that comes together with their clamshell design. All the panels go in and they try and get them as tight as possible, so that way it looks as tight as possible. Even my car that I'm sitting in right here, which is the 2025 Tesla Model 3 rear-wheel drive, the door was out too much. They had to tighten up where the door latches at for it to latch all the way to where it's supposed to be. And that's on day one with that. Now, I'm not saying that no other car in the universe ever has no problems and all that. No, all cars have the possibility to have problems, but the longer they've been in business, the tighter that these vehicles get produced, and you have less and less issues, especially when you're selling a car over $100,000. That's crazy. So your $100,000 pays for these panel gaps as well. So these panel gaps, you have to make a service appointment right away, and if you're on the East Coast, it could be up to a month or 2 months for you to actually get into your service center. Over on the West Coast and here in the Southwest, usually it'll take anywhere between 1 to 2 weeks. Max I've seen it up on there was almost a month. So I'm not saying that you have it much better over here, but you have it better than the East Coast. It's probably because we have more service centers here, period. But you also have the front. When you're looking at the front of a Model S, the main panel gaps happen where the front connects to the actual body. That quarter panel that goes on the left-hand side or on the right-hand side are usually misaligned on one side, not the other. Now the trunk, the same thing, where the lights connect, because it's a 2-light design, so whenever you pop the trunk, half the tail light goes up and half the tail light is connected to the back of the car. When it comes back down, those are misaligned either on the left or the right side. Panel gaps is a real thing. Also, I made notes. Also, I'm just letting you know. Also, a lot of Redditors have been out there saying that they've did multiple visits, up to 7, up to 10 visits on the same car, different issues. That's crazy. So yeah, panel fit and alignment, misaligned taillights, large gaps, bumper fit perceived as cheap, which that doesn't matter. That's not going to be a big deal. I mean, I guess that's quality control, as in like you think it's higher quality than it's not. Wait times before, okay, obviously wait times. Quality and service, multiple early service visits with minor fit, noise, or trim related issues. So a lot of noise happens. I watched this guy's review just like before I even did this video. Actually, reason why I even got on this video is he was closing his trunk and you would hear like almost like a bed creak, like when he was putting the actual trunk out of the front down. So he made a service visit. Now it's complete. But why does it make that issue? Okay, why is this a thing, right? And then also he has a Plaid, and this is other people's issues as well. And they have a yoke right there, right? And his yoke was literally shaking like this in the video at 85 miles an hour. That's crazy, right? That's insane. Now, the Model X also has its own issues. The Model X 100% has its own issues out there. But the Model X has more moving parts. You have more moving parts as in like the doors go up. There's many points of failure just with that one motion. But with the Model S, it's just a door that opens and shuts. Now in the earlier Model S's, and even some Model S's nowadays, but not like any ones that are absolutely brand new from day one, is the actual door handles. To me, the door handles look dated. I don't know why they kept the design. It's been literally the same since it came out a long time ago. I don't understand why they would just keep the same door handles when all the other door handles absolutely make sense. I feel like they should take out those door handles and replace them with something similar or innovate a new design on the actual door handles like we have on all the other ones. I feel like it's just, I don't know, it leaves for a point of failure, especially if you are in a snowy state. When you're in snow, you have a point of failure that could happen because your actual handles could freeze shut. And even if they don't freeze shut, they could put more pressure on the motorized part that pushes it out, and that could cause a failure. That's another thing I don't like right there. Wow, what? That's insane. Okay. But before, you would walk up to your actual car and normally it would come all the way out and then you pull the handle. But before, especially on the earlier models, it would come out and it would stay out, or it wouldn't come out at all and you'd just be standing at your door looking dumb trying to get it to work. And then they have obviously fixed some of these issues 100%, but they have not actually fixed the issue on the earlier models. It's just you have to go get it fixed once it breaks, and it has a chance of breaking even though you fixed it. So I feel like that, to me, makes that design be one of the worst designs of a door handle because of the fact that it has a point of failure. And Tesla is a company that decides to get away from points of failure. That's their whole thing. Their whole model is to try and eliminate points of failure. Hence why everything is so simplified in here to not, like door handles, like the door handles on the inside, those are meant to be good for a very long time because of just pressing a button and pushing a door out puts less pressure on the actual handles for it to work. That's why they give you an emergency handle of something you actually pull up rather than a normal door handle that you'd pull out because of points of failure. So if you have points of failure, you want to eliminate these, and that's what Tesla has done with their vehicles, is eliminated many points of failure. So why create a new one and keep it when having a Model S? My God, jeez. But having a Model S. So to me, that is something that they could easily fix just by designing a new Model S with better handles. Okay, they've already did a refresh essentially, but why they didn't do the handles makes no sense. Now, these are just the things that I've noticed and seen online, their main complaints on this car from day one. And if you own an S, especially if you own a Plaid, have you seen any of the issues that I've mentioned? And also, have you replaced your cambers? Because Tesla doesn't want to replace your cambers with adjustable cambers like it should, especially when the car ride height goes down just a little bit to sink into the road to keep it tight, keep it more aerodynamic, and make it go fast. Why wouldn't you adjust that? Because it's not the first year that it's been an issue. It's been an issue almost since the time it came out. I appreciate you guys, and if you guys are in the market to buy a used or a brand new Tesla, please use your link down below. It really helps at the channel, but it'll help you out with your purchase. Thank you and have a good day.